And any moment now he's going to say, and you can go ahead and do it into a live mic.
He just doesn't want to talk about it.
Is he just wants to move off the vacation? Yeah. Go ahead, Nuno. Tell us what that is.
No, first of all, it was relaxing. I didn't do much. And Tony is ready.
Okay. Here he is, the Hall of Fame tight end. You see him on Fox, and he's here on behalf this morning of TiVo Stream 4K. The great Tony Gonzalez is back with us again on ESPN Radio. Good morning, Tony Gonzalez.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a long time.
It has been. It's been too long. I'm delighted. I'm delighted to see how great you're doing, all the TV stuff and everything. It's a lot of fun to watch and all of that. And so it's good to catch up. And I want to start with your position, because I think a lot of people will look at you. I'm old enough to remember when the pass-catching tight end was something of an anomaly. And now it is starting to feel like it's becoming something of a necessity. Like every team is looking to get someone who does what you did all those years, Tony. And so I just wonder, as you watch the evolution of the position, what are your thoughts on the role the tight end plays in the offense today, and who are the guys you most enjoy watching play it?
Well, I'm so happy to see what the position has done. And I mean, there's a reason it's become so sexy and everybody wants to have it. Well, there's a couple of reasons. Obviously, I think what was able to make me so good is I didn't get open all the time. I mean, I was flat out covered a lot. And the quarterback would just throw the ball up in the air. When I got out there with Matt Ryan, he said, "Hey, where do you like it? What type of routes?" And I said, I like all the routes, but when you throw it to me, just throw it up in the air, even if I'm covered, because I can jump pretty high. I'm 6'5" already, and it's a mismatch. And then you add the athleticism in there. It's just I think teams around the league are, I don't know what took so long, but they're really starting to notice it. And, when you look at a guy like Kyle Pitts, who got, the fourth pick in the draft this year, runs a 4.4, 6'6", has great hands. Like I just think with that position, and here's the other part of it too. When you have tight ends, and leave it to New England to figure this out. Everybody, they brought in 2 tight ends, and people are like, "What's going on there?" That's so much better than buying one receiver because of the cap space. A big-time tight end at the most is going to make $14, $15 million a year, where a big-time receiver is going to make $22 to $27 million a year. You can go out and buy other players and have the same impact, and then also be able to run the ball because the tight ends block, at least they're supposed to block, and you can have so much more of an advantage keeping the defense off on its toes, and that's why New England's always done that. And now teams, I think, are finally starting to catch up with that and see not only financially but athletically, mismatch-wise, the tight end is, I think, a top 3 position you need on a team, on an offensive side of the ball, besides the quarterback.
That's such a good point. I mean, the financial piece of it and so many other things. I asked Teddy Bruschi one day on the TV show when Kyle Pitts was coming in, what are you going to do with Kyle Pitts? He said, "I'm going to tell the coaches they need to take me off the field." He literally said, I can't do anything with that guy. So what will they put corners on him? Like, how will teams try to defend that guy in the middle of the field?
You can't guard it. And I always felt the same way. And you can call it cocky or arrogant, whatever you want, but I really felt confident out there. There's not one person that can guard me. Because if it's a corner, I'm like I said, he's 6'6", he's 250 pounds. He runs a 4.4. Like there's nothing you can, even when you have me guarded, I'm going to jump up and catch it over you. And if you put a linebacker on him, he's going to be faster than the linebacker. He's going to run away from him. So there's really nothing you can do except double team him. And the teams that I got double, when I played against the New England Patriots, leave it to Belichick, put 2 guys on me, and then I won't catch that much, and then it's up to the other guys on the other side of the ball to go make some plays. But there's no way that one person, once Kyle hits his peak, just like George Kittle and Travis Kelce, love watching those guys. You put one guy on them, it is lights out. 9 times out of 10, they're going to get open.
It's such an excellent point. I should mention Tony Gonzalez was the first tight end with 100 catches in a season. It has happened 6 more times since then. So, again, really sort of blazing a trail at the position. Tony's with me on the Goodyear Hotline, making the plays that move you forward. Goodyear, more driven. Let's talk about the rookie quarterbacks. That's obviously a huge story around the league right now with Mac Jones beating out Cam in New England. And we'll see when Justin Fields gets to play. We'll see when Trey Lance gets to play. You got the two kids in Jacksonville and with the Jets who will get the ball right away. Which of the rookie quarterbacks do you have your eye on? And what are your thoughts on what you've seen from them so far?
Okay, I love obviously Trevor Lawrence. I think he's, I remember when Peyton came out or when Andrew Luck came out, these guys were like, oh, they're going to light up the league. And I can't wait to watch him play. I don't think he's going to light up the league, but I think it's going to be a nice building block. You're going to see something special out of him because from what I've seen of him, it looks outstanding. I mean, he's checking all the boxes, and I think this year I don't know if he'll be Rookie of the Year, but he'll definitely put up some good numbers. But it's the beginning of something big time for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then Mac Jones to beat out Cam Newton, and I think the world of Bill Belichick. I think he's obviously the best coach in history. I don't even know. I think any sport to do what he's done, and there's a reason he's done it. And to get a young guy like Mac Jones, I think it's going to be. And I'm not even going to say compare him to Tom Brady because he's not deserving of that yet. But I think when you can mold a guy into that, do your job, and it doesn't matter how many yards you have, and just worry about getting your team ready to win a football game. Mac Jones is going to have an incredible career. And from what I've seen of him with Josh McDaniels being the offensive coordinator, with those tight ends that we talked about that they got now, I really think the New England Patriots and him are going to have an outstanding year.
It's a great point. I want to go back to what you said before about the salary difference as well with the tight ends. The average salary of the top 5 wide receivers is $22 million. The average salary of the top 5 tight ends is $13 million, an enormous difference. Again, Tony Gonzalez here with the great insight on behalf of TiVo Stream 4K. One more thing before we get to that, and that is, the Buccaneers and Tom Brady and that group. They bring everybody back. They have a full off season, which they didn't have last year. I saw Mike Evans the other day saying we're light years ahead of where we were a year ago at this time. It got me wondering if any team is going to make a run at perfect. Maybe this is something Brady desperately wants. He fell just short. It's the one thing he hasn't done in his career. Could you see any way Tampa Bay makes a run at a perfect season this year?
Absolutely. Obviously people are asking me about this, and I love my Kansas City Chiefs, and I don't see anybody beating this team. Mm-hmm. This could be one of the best teams, if not the best team in NFL history. The fire that they caught at the end of the season last year and in the Super Bowl, and they got everybody coming back. Like you said, for all the reasons, they got a year underneath their belt now with that offense and Tom Brady pulling the trigger. The only thing that will derail this thing is obviously injury. They got an extra game on the season now, and it makes it a little bit harder. But I don't see anybody beating this team, and I don't see how you could. It's almost unfair. And Tom Brady, what he's done, a lot of people, this goes overlooked, I think, and I try to bring it up as often as I can. No quarterback in NFL history has wanted to win as badly as Tom has, and the reason why, and the reason I'll say this is why, is because he takes less money. We talked about paying players. What is he making? $25 million this year. Mm-hmm. The quarterbacks around the league are making $45 million up to there. There's a reason that you can go out. He's so smart, and he's done this his whole career through New England. He was never the highest paid quarterback in the league, and that just shows me that he'll do whatever it takes to get rings, to get championships. And it's all going to come to this boiling point for him this year with all the talent that they've amassed in that team, and we're able to keep everybody. It's because of Tom Brady taking less money, and now they're going to go out and win another Super Bowl. He's going to have 8 now. I don't see them getting beat by any team in the NFL this year.
That would be fascinating if they start making that run. They've got that huge game week 4 where he goes back to Foxborough. That'll get all of the hype and everything else. And if they start getting it perfect, you know that Brady is not going to let them sit him down. All right, Tony, tell us, again, Tony Gonzalez with us today on behalf of TiVo. What's the program with TiVo?
Well, I teamed up with them, shot a great commercial. TiVo, yeah, and that's right, TiVo. You remember old TiVo. They have a 4K stream. It's the best quality picture that you can get. You can watch all your games, and they have a voice control function that you can say, take me to the Kansas City Chiefs game, take me to the Atlanta Falcon game, and it'll take you right there. And then after that, after the game's over, I got 4 kids. What do you want to watch? You want to watch Cinderella? take me to Cinderella. It'll take you right there. Or let me watch The Rock's latest movie. It'll take you right to it. And it's all $29.99, so the price is unbeatable. And you can get it at Amazon or any other major retailers out there. So it's just a great way to take your TV experience to the next level, make it easy, convenient, and then 4K, like I said at the beginning. It's the best quality picture that you can get.
It's really well done. Tony, it's a pleasure to catch up. Thank you for this. Continued success, and I hope we'll see each other down the road. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.